So I learned for me the I want to speak, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. So yeah. So I'll start with a brief introduction, and I'll start with a few of the things that's been on my heart, on my mind for today. Today is today is April 18th, Thursday, April 18th, 2024. The time is currently 5:11 p.m. It's a wasp flying around my car, a red one. But I was actually gonna talk about this and make this video. I was gonna make this video earlier this morning, but I don't know. It just seemed like that stuff wasn't in the mix for what needed to happen for me this morning, and things. I ain't even gonna say they didn't go according to plan. I didn't really plan to do the video this morning. I just knew that at some point today I wanted to do it. And where I was at, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel in tune. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel most myself. But here in the car with the top off, sitting in the shade. Sun's out though, but I'm sitting in the shade. The weather's cool. The weather's nice. It's warm. It's currently, it's currently 85 degrees and sunny. But I'm sitting in the shade, so I'm cool. And but here I feel most comfortable. I do. I feel most comfortable. I really think that this will probably be this will most likely be the spot where I decide to speak from. Maybe I'll pull the camera out somewhere if I'm feeling the need to talk or share some information at that time in that specific space. But for the most part, I'll try to keep it here to, I don't know, to make it it's kind of like my safe space. I ain't gonna lie. My car is my baby. And there is something that I wanted to talk about, but I think it's important for me to just introduce myself first and really talk about like who I am and a bit of what I'm doing and maybe why I'm doing it and all this and that. Like, just give you a little bit of background on myself, okay? So my name is 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐿 You can call me 𝐥𝐢, you can call me 𝐿, you can call me 𝐭𝐫𝐮𝐞. Any of the three. Some people know me as 𝐥𝐢. Some people know me as 𝐿, and some people know me as 𝐭𝐫𝐮𝐞. Growing up, people call me by my first name. When I was in JROTC, people call me by my last name. When I joined the United States Air Force, people call me by my last name. When I went to college, people call me by my middle name. When I do shows, people call me by my middle name. When I'm in the house, my family calls me by my nickname, which we'll get into that another time. But yeah, I was born on April 10th, 1997, at 6:15 a.m., Fort Stewart, Georgia, Wayne Army Community Hospital. It's on an Army base, Southern Georgia, 6:15 a.m. on a Thursday. When I think about who I am and knowing myself, part of it begins with understanding the simple facts about myself, because there's the facts, there's the facts, and then there's also the things that we learn about ourselves over time. Like, you don't just know your birthday. You learn your birthday. You don't know your name. You learn your name. There's even beliefs that we chose our name before we were named by whoever names us. We chose to be here and things like that. But even if it is a name that we chose for ourselves, even if 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐿 is the name that I chose, or the name that my mother gave me, there was a lot in learning what that meant. Who is 𝐥𝐢? Okay. Who is 𝐿? Okay. Who is 𝐭𝐫𝐮𝐞? Okay. Who is 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐿? And somebody mentioned this. It was Bob Proctor. And he said that who you are is not your name. Your name is your name, but your name is not who you are. Your name is your name. So 𝐥𝐢 is not who I am. 𝐿 is not who I am. 𝐭𝐫𝐮𝐞 is not who I am. This is just my name. That's the name that I was given. That's the name that I accept. That's the name that people call me. That's the name that I go by. And it's my name. That's not who I am. Who I am is an accumulation of all of my experiences and my actions and my behaviors and my appearance and the way I show up and how I observe things and how I respond to things. And I have this Apple pencil in my hand, but I ain't been taking notes. Because again, I've been wanting to say the right things. I've been wanting to talk, say the right things. And I keep thinking like, man, I need to say the right thing. I need to say the right thing. I need to talk about this, I need to talk about that. And I really don't want to talk about myself. I don't. I want to talk about research and other things and current events and news, and I want to talk about art and music. I want to talk about the way trees grow, I want to talk about all of these other things. Part of who I am is my interests, or is my interests. I am my interests. I'm what I'm interested in. I'm what I love to do. I'm a combination of what I've chosen to incorporate in my life versus what I was taught. So, and I'm also human. The thing about being human is that we're not perfect. And it's our imperfections that make us perfect. We're not perfect. But because we're not perfect is why we are perfect. We are perfect human beings. And perfect human beings means that we have flaws. And if we didn't have flaws, we wouldn't be human. If we didn't have secrets, if we didn't have thoughts and emotions and successes and mistakes, and we wouldn't be who we are. So who I am is it's still being solved, still being discovered, but I do know my name. I do know where I was born, the time I was born. I do know things about my family and my friends and where I am on the map and in the world. And I got so much stuff that I want to share. I don't want to be serious all the time. I want to have a good time. I want to be happy. I want to be able to turn it on and turn it off. And I can turn it on and I can turn it off. And the switch can flip. And I've studied business, and I've studied acting, and I've studied myself, and I've studied women, and I've studied finances, and I've studied martial arts, and I've studied philosophy, studied some histories. And it's all things that I want to talk about, all things that I want to get into, all things that I want to discuss. All these things I want to discuss, all these things I want to talk about, all these things I am excited to share with everyone. Because I don't think we have enough conversation. I don't think we talk enough about the things that are really important. I don't think that, as a matter of fact, I'm even gonna say I don't think. I know that I'm not around enough people that are discussing the things that I discuss with myself constantly on a daily basis. I'm not with those people all the time. Sometimes throughout the day, sometimes once or twice throughout the week, sometimes a rare one on the internet, but oftentimes it's me and my thoughts. And I sat one day and I prayed, and I've studied religion, I've studied the Bible, one thing that I had a problem with doing was praying, and praying consistently, and praying boldly, and praying loud, and praying for other people, and praying for myself. It wasn't just, I had a problem with prayer. I didn't want to pray. I wanted to, not that I didn't want to pray. I guess I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to talk to God. I didn't want to talk to the Most High. I didn't want to talk to the Creator. I didn't want to call on Jesus. I didn't want to. And it's not because I didn't believe. It's because in my mind, I know that God knows what I'm going through. I know that somebody's car getting towed. Or towed back to the... Okay, we're gonna wait for a second. Yeah, so I didn't wanna pray. And I chose not to pray, not because I didn't believe. I chose not to pray because I thought and did believe that He already knew what was going on in my heart, and He already knew what was going on in my mind and in my life around me, and in the relationships that I have with my friends and family, and so what is there that I need to say? And when I prayed, it would be quick, it would be to the point, straight for what I need or for what I would want to pray for someone else, and keep it pushing. And one day, one day I was sitting on the floor in my bedroom, and I was talking to myself in my head. And I would be talking to myself in my mind all day. This goes back to just not having the discussions that I think about with myself, with other people, or with myself, because I'm just in my head all the time. And so even when I prayed and even when I talked to God, it was always in my head. And when I was sitting on that floor, something told me, pray out loud this time. And I'm the only one in the room. But something said, make your voice heard. Something told me to make my voice heard this time. Something told me to pray differently. And I did. And I want to say maybe this was about a week ago. And here I am now. Hey. Can't say about a week ago. But I doing this, man. Hey. Anyway. Nah, but God is dope, for real. The creator is real. whether we decide to accept this life in this world that we living in or not, of course, it's completely up to us. But when I said my prayer that I wanted to pray out loud, my life changed within seconds, within minutes, within the hour, within the week. It was like he placed his hands on me, and everything that I was asking for or that I needed to change was effective immediately. I was good. But yeah, today I am in the beautiful city of Sandy Springs, Georgia, in Atlanta, surrounding area of Atlanta, Georgia, north side of Atlanta, out of Dunwoody. And yeah, there are so many things about me that I want to share, but there are things that, I don't know, there are things and stories that'll come within due time. I think whenever I'm ready to share them. I don't want to overly share. I don't want to get to start thinking too deep, you know. But I do want to have the conversations. And right now, the world that we're living in is, from my eyes, very disconnected. Many people don't know their neighbors anymore. Many people don't know their colleagues anymore. And overall, it just seems to be an interesting world, to say the least. I wanted to make that quick, but I don't know, bro. It just came out. I got a lot on my mind. So, here we go. I'm going to try to talk into the camera.